On July 17th, 2016, my mom, my sister, and I landed in the United States at JFK Airport. I remember standing in line, excited, but also scared to death to start my new life in America. I remember the cold air swishing in as we stood in that line for what felt like hours. As we got closer and closer to the immigration officer, I remember my mom pulled out a white piece of paper, and I saw the word alien. I knew that the word alien meant different, someone that didn't belong, someone who lived far away from their home. Immediately, a wave of sadness hit me. I knew at that moment that I was different from everyone standing around me. Rather than feeling welcomed, it felt like the first thing America told me was, "You don't belong here. This isn't your home." I would carry that with me for the rest of my journey here, something I carry to this day. Over the years, I have learned that my identity and opportunities are shaped around that term of a resident alien. A resident alien is someone who has substantial presence in the United States, but is not a citizen. But I'm not alone. For over 250,000 children in America, the American dream has become an American nightmare. So it is my honor, through sharing my story, to shed light on this nightmare that we simply cannot wake up from. I was born on October 21st, 2005 in Kerala, India, a state known as God's own country for its beauty. It is truly one of the most beautiful states, located on the southwest coast of India. When I was 9 years old, I left everything and everyone I loved behind, like my childhood teddy bear, my diary, and came to the United States. My mom wanted to pursue a PhD in counseling, and so we came to the land of golden arches and opportunity. What 9-year-old Abiah didn't know at the time was that she was joining a group of over 250,000 children in America who are brought here lawfully, but are left without a permanent way to stay. According to Improve the Dream, children of long-term visa holders are children brought to the United States by their parents. However, majority of them who are brought here at the age of 5 would soon go on to age out of the system at 21. Children of long-term visa holders are children of highly skilled workers and business investors who all came here legally, but unfortunately are trapped in a system that offers no clear path to citizenship, no residency. This lack of reform and uncertainty is also having an impact on our economy. As the Manhattan Institute points out, if allowed to stay, children of long-term visa holders would collectively add $100 billion to our economy immediately, and billions more in the following years. This is due to the fact that majority of these children are STEM educated and are on the path to become highly skilled workers, just like their parents. But all of us face that devastating reality of aging out of the system as soon as we turn 21. That day is more than just a legal deadline for me. It's my 21st birthday, my golden birthday. Rather than going out and celebrating with my friends and having my first special drink, the United States immigration laws require that I pack my bags and leave in the middle of my degree, leaving behind everyone that I love and the life that I have created for myself here. How do I possibly pack an array of debate trophies, hot dishes made by my gracious neighbors in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and 12 years' worth of memories, all into a suitcase weighing no more than 50 pounds? How do I possibly leave behind the friends who are supposed to throw my bridal showers, hold my babies, and grow old with me? How do I say goodbye to the mentors who didn't just teach me, but raised me into who I am today? How do I get on a one-way flight to a country that feels like a stranger, while my real home watches me disappear? Whenever I share the story that has come to define my life, I'm usually asked the exact same 5 questions. So let's go through them. Question number 1. Abiah, why can't you just get a citizenship? Well, just like the majority of children of long-term visa holders, my mom's green card application is turned in. But as the Cato Institute, a think tank, points out, it's going to take an estimated 89 years for my mom, and through her, for me to receive my green card. So let's do the math. I'd be a glorious 108 years old when I get my green card. Then I have to wait another 5 years to apply for citizenship. So I will be a citizen of the United States at the good old age of 113. Question number 2. Abiah, why can't you just get a student visa? Well, I can, but there is no guarantee that my visa will be approved. As a part of the paperwork, I have to submit an array of applications. First, showing that I have the financial capacity to fund my education, about 8 different documents showing my residency back home in India, and submit a letter to the United States government, showing them my intent to return back home once completed with my degree. A country that I haven't lived in for the last 10 years of my life. A country that I no longer consider my home. Question number 3. Abiah, why can't you just get a work visa? Well, the reality lies in the fact that I simply can't work. Currently on my H-4 visa, I am legally barred from working. But what about after I graduate with my criminal justice and psychology degree? After I graduate, I have about a year to get sponsored by an employer for a work visa, which has about a 25% odds of being picked. And I'm lucky enough to be picked and sponsored. I will be back in the exact same line that my mom first joined when we got here. That line that has about an 89-year wait for, that exact same line that I was kicked out of when I turned 21. This next question happens to be my high school speech and debate coach's favorite one. Question number 4. Abiah, why can't you just marry a US citizen? Well, first of all, getting that ring is difficult. Trust me, I have tried. But even then, I am plagued by the debilitating thought that when the day comes and I fall in love with that boy, if he will be left wondering if I am just in it for the green card. But really, is it not concerning that we are left offering 19-year-olds marriage as a solution to escape this nightmare? And I certainly would not enter a fraudulent marriage just for a green card. So while I look fabulous in an orange jumpsuit, that's a no from me. And question number 5. Abiah, why can't you just apply for DACA? DACA, or Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, was a program created for undocumented children. Because children of long-term visa holders are brought here lawfully, and therefore must abide by different laws, making us ineligible for DACA protections, even though we face that exact same risk of aging out. Thankfully, I've been able to channel this frustration into action. I have met with local and federal legislators and shared with them my story. But should it be the responsibility of a 19-year-old, barely adult, to fix our unbelievably broken, antiquated laws? It shouldn't be. The United States immigration system has stolen a lot from me. When I went for my driver's license test, I wasn't worried about the actual test. Rather, I was worried sick, making sure I had all the right paperwork, like my visa approval notice and passport. It felt like I had to have every piece of documentation from the time I came here in the United States. When I applied for scholarships, I immediately scrolled to eligibility, because I can guarantee you the first requirement is to be a US citizen or permanent resident. As an aspiring law student, I wanted to apply for internships at law firms, but I couldn't because I'm ineligible to work. And when I should have been researching options for future careers and colleges, I was instead learning legal terminology, learning what words like I-94, I-20, and I-28 meant. And last summer, when I visited India after 5 years, as I stood in that line at the Chicago airport, ready to board the plane, tears rolled down my cheeks because I knew that I wasn't guaranteed re-entry to this place that I call home. Because I knew that there was no guarantee that I would come back to cheer on my friends as they graduated college or got married. I'm not here today because the system made room for me. I'm here today because I refused to be overlooked. How many more dreams will we allow to expire until we take action? How many more American children will we watch be forced to leave the country they call home until we say, enough is enough? I'm still dreaming about my American dream. Thankfully for me, I got my student visa, and hopefully I will head to law school. But as Improve the Dream points out, the 10,000 children that face the devastating reality that is self-deportation might not be as lucky. Their time runs out, and the country they call asks them to leave. So I ask you, if it isn't to grow up here, to build a home here, and to dream here, if that isn't enough to belong, then what is? Because America, we are yours. It's time you claim us too. The clock is ticking for me. And thankfully for me, I've been able to snooze that button for 2 more years. But I know that if the day comes and I have to leave this country that I call home, I will be forever left wondering, America, how am I not yours?